For all those who remember these guys, they were a big part of the Myspace era, and I'm very excited to share their story with you today. So my friend, as usual, take a cup of coffee, cigarette, poggos, whatever you feel like, as we explore the Winds of Plague Myspace era. Real quick before starting, I want to let you know that now my videos are going to be in different parts. Part 1, Part 2, maybe more depending on the band. The reason for that is it takes way less time. It allows me to basically ask you guys which band you want a part 2 or 3 before, so I can make sure that you get the best content possible, and at the same time I can focus on other things like the brand new live Twitch show we're gonna host. It's starting this Wednesday. I have no clue which day it is right now because I'm doing my videos a couple of days before. I'm guessing we're gonna be like Tuesday, Wednesday. So yeah, feel free to join our Discord. All the infos are there, and yeah, it's gonna be awesome. We're gonna hang out on Twitch. It's gonna be amazing. What the hell was I saying now? I lost my train of thought. Yeah, the different parts. So it won't change too much for you guys. It just means that I'm gonna make more videos, but it's gonna be easier for me to, like, you know, make content faster and keep the same quality and all that. As I said, feel free to join our Discord. I'm pretty sure we're almost at like 150 members already. It's been amazing. I'm very happy with the community and all that. And yeah, that's pretty much it. So the band was formed in 2002 in Upland, California, and the band wasn't called Winds of Plague yet. It was called Bleak December, and I love the picture quality. I did find a 2002 demo, and it was called So Much for Being Subtle. Pretty good. I mean, rough around the edges, sure, but it was 2002, and they didn't have the iconic synths and ambience that Winds of Plague had later on, but I mean, they had the 2002 metalcore vibes that most band had, and it was pretty decent. Then they also did, a year later in 2003, another demo. Very special demo in my opinion. I mean, it was more on the nu metal side, which, if you didn't know, I'm a huge nu metal fan. I think I mentioned it in multiple videos I did, but Yeah, I mean, the bass was super loud, which for me is a plus because I love a loud bass in a band, in a mix. I know a lot of people are complaining about that in different bands, but for me, the louder the bass, the happier I'm gonna be. So I did try to find something in 2004, like another demo or live shows or something. I couldn't find anything. But in 2005, that's when they changed their name and officially became Winds of Plague. Super sick name, I think. I just always thought it sounded badass, you know? Anyway, 2005 was a big year for Winds of Plague because that's when they released their infamous demo called A Cold Day in Hell. Wow, man, I don't even know what to say. I mean, I can't believe this demo was made in 2005. They already had synth and guttural vocals, and can we give them some kind of recognition for having so many amazing breakdowns? I also very much like the song Brotherhood, which is more hardcore, two-step. I don't know, it was badass. And talking about badass, I mean, I think everybody remembered this intro, right? It really felt like you were preparing for war, you know? And not like a war, you know, for a country, like a world war for some kind of like alien invasion or something.
Just one question. What if you miss?
I won't.
Anyway, this demo was sick. So sick that it got them signed by none other than Century Media, the very same label that signed Suicide Silence. It was wild. And yes, already in 2006, 2007, the live performances were awesome. Pretty cool, right? What's even cooler is that not only they were killing it on stage, but they were also in the process of writing their very first album. Which brings us to July 2008, when Winds of Plague released their famous album called Decimate The Weak. Wow, man, I mean, for sure one of my favorite albums. It was innovative, unique, the ambience is awesome, the synths are perfect. And I really appreciate the hardcore influence through the album. You can really feel it. I mean, you could tell that Winds of Plague members were into hardcore music for sure, and I like it. As you might have noticed, most of their 2005 demo songs were re-recorded on the album, which I think is pretty cool. Also, can we all agree that the song Decimate The Weak is clearly a deathcore classic? Believe it or not, the album actually peaked at number 9 on the Billboard Top Heat Seekers chart, selling more than 3,600 copies in its first week. It was impressive. I also found an interview in which Johnny explained the cover art and the meaning behind the album. It's pretty interesting.
When I was younger, my parents put me in karate. And after this karate class that I was in, there was always this like a traditional samurai class, and I always thought it was neat, you know, all these dudes coming in all like decked out, and they had their swords and they're doing all this like cool ritual stuff. So I think really early on that kind of sparked like this interest into the samurai culture, and just fell in love with the whole thing. And I just always thought the samurai was such a badass, like imposing character. We actually came up with the name Decimate the Weak, and we're like, man, we need something that really reflects like this, you know, big scary, I don't know, image, and that's what we did. Samurai on top of a bunch of dead bodies.
Of course, already in 2008, the band was blowing up on Myspace. It was crazy. I still remember, to be honest, I was on their page on a daily basis. So, and if you're wondering why I didn't really talk about their lineup yet, it's because they had a lot of different members through the years, and I didn't want to spend the whole video talking about that. But I do want to point out that it's so badass that they always had a girl on the keyboard since 2008. It wasn't always the same person, but I don't know, I just think it's cool, you know? In 2008-2009, it was Kristen Randall. From 2009 to 2017, it was Alana Podaknik, which I'm pretty sure I just completely butchered her name, and for that, I am sorry. Since 2017, it's been Adrienne Cohen. As I mentioned in my We Came With Broken Teeth video, I always like to see girls in bands. I just think it gives another image. It's badass, it's just, I don't know. And for all those saying that girls don't have their place in metal,
why are you the way that you are? Honestly, every time I try to do something fun or exciting, you make it not that way.
I just really like finding new ways of, you know, including The Office in my videos. And speaking about The Office, I did find an old Winds of Plague interview in which they explained that instead of partying, they would watch The Office in their bus.
Our idea of a party is the Office box sets.
Yes, The Office!
So
We're stoked on that shit.
yeah, so we're not very cool people.
I couldn't relate more. If you give me the choice between going to a party or watching The Office by myself, believe me, I'm choosing The Office every single time. And since I've mentioned their lineup, I have to talk about Johnny Plague. To me, he was kind of the Fred Durst of the scene. I mean, don't tell me I'm wrong here. And before roasting me in the comments, I really didn't mean it in any disrespectful way. I'm a huge Limp Bizkit fan, so anyway, let's go back to 2008 for a second. While the band was on tour in Canada, they mentioned in an interview that a brand new video would be coming out.
It's a pretty crazy video, but it turned out really, really well. It looks really professional and pretty badass, so I'm really excited for people to start seeing it.
Forever we've had this like idea of doing like a hip-hop video. I don't know why. And then we wanted to do like an over-the-top epic like crazy metal video, and we couldn't decide. We only had one budget, we couldn't do two, so we're like, let's do both. So we combined it, and it's retarded, but we loved it. We had a great time doing it, and it's entertaining to watch, so hopefully people take it the right way.
Which is when they released their infamous video for the song Impaler. Easily one of the most iconic videos in the scene, at least in my opinion, and of course I have to show you the amazing live performances. Oof, man, so amazing. And when I'm telling you that having a girl in the band is badass, that's what I mean. Which brings us to August 2009, when the band released their second full-length album called The Great Stone War. Pretty sick album. I mean, it's so weird to me because I vividly remember back then I was hating it. Like, I was super mad. I don't know what I was expecting. I was probably expecting a Decimate The Weak Part 2 or something, but I was so pissed that I took the album, the CD, in my car and I threw it out of the window. My friend was laughing, like it was crazy. And then as I was making this video and listening to it, it was pretty good. I don't know what my problem was. Anyway, the album actually scored number 73 on the Billboard 200, selling over 6,000 copies, which is twice the amount of the first album. It was wild. Also, I think it's worth mentioning that the album was actually a concept album about the idea of the final civilization war, and instead of fighting with technology, it would be fought with stone. You know, like medieval weapons and stuff like that. It was pretty cool. As I mentioned earlier, unfortunately, Kristen, the keyboard player, had to leave the band, but she was quickly replaced by Alana. So with their new lineup and their brand new album, they went on tour and they killed it live. It was wild. I really loved the fact that they were happy to have Alana in the band, and it really seemed like she made a big difference in terms of like connection and vibe.
This is Elena.
Hey guys.
A dark rain cloud has lifted and now we have a fucking rainbow over here. She's like non-stop smiling and happy, and it's a lot less stress, I'd say, on the bus. Everyone gets along and throws shit at each other.
In 2010, the band was part of the big Mayhem tour, which was a very big deal, and I love the fact that they were aware to be part of the first deathcore generation.
We've come out of this like younger wave of bands of like Suicide Silence, Whitechapel, and Mirror and stuff like that, and really I think we're the only band like that on this bill for the most part. I mean, we obviously have like strong influences like Hatebreed and Chimera and Shadows Fall and stuff, but as far as like the new wave, I think we're the only band out here representing that.
Of course, they completely killed it during the tour.
1, 2, 3. Hell yeah, thank you. Yo, you guys are fucking crazy. Thank you so much. We'll see you soon.
And that's pretty much it for part 1, guys. I mean, don't go in the comments saying you didn't mention this album and this and that. It was intended. You know, I even put in the thumbnail part 1 to make it clear. I think it's gonna be way more fun to have different parts, and for example, Winds of Plague fan that comes across my channel later on and sees like, oh, there's different part. I don't know. I just think it makes it interesting and easier for me. So of course I would like to do a part 2 because they did many things that I was really into after, you know, this era. So if you want a part 2, let me know in the comments. It's gonna be my pleasure. As usual, if you want to support me and the channel, just leave a like and subscribe. It means the world. Take a second of your time and leave a little comment, an emoji, whatever. I love drinking my coffee and reading those. It's an amazing journey. Of course, I have to mention our awesome community on Discord. Feel free to join. It's awesome. We're talking about music, we're talking about life, we're talking about so much stuff. Also, I'm gonna be live every single Wednesday at 6 p.m. So it's gonna be amazing. But yeah, anyway, I'm gonna stop talking now. I'll see you in the next one.